Greetings, travelers. I'm Josh.
And I'm Gahi.
And we're the Genshin Guys. Welcome all. This podcast is for fans of Genshin Impact, the mobile game made by Hoyoverse, also known as miHoYo. Here we talk about our opinions, experiences, and dreams about Genshin Impact. If you like our show, don't forget to subscribe on Apple Music, Spotify, or wherever you're listening to the podcast. So before we get started with our topics, Kahi, how are you doing today?
Getting better, recovering. I had a mild case of pancreatitis, so that was definitely taking a toll on my diet.
Oh my god, I didn't know that.
It was just like inflamed. It was just hard to I mean, I didn't have to, do anything like drastic. It's just internally, it's a think of it as really bad indigestion, where like the gut is just kind of like having a hard time taking more things in. So just smaller meals, liquid diet, just gotta let this thing wear out. The last time I had this was like a couple of years ago, when I guess I was having too much caffeine in succession like every day. So I think my body is just a little bit more sensitive to caffeine than like a whole bunch of other triggers. So just trying to cut back, change diet. It's fine right now, but man, for the past week it was horrible. There was like COVID was like the worst that I ever felt, and then this was like right below that.
Yikes!
But overall, I'm fine. It's getting a lot better. But how are you? How's your health?
Yeah, I mean, I've been sick alongside with everybody else, just, recovering, like perpetual cough and et cetera, et cetera. But feeling better now, just slowly recovering, just trying to be as healthy as possible with what I do have. And, that's pretty much it. I mean, other than that, like just trying to hang out with like friends whenever possible. But it's also been surprisingly cold here in like Los Angeles. Like, it makes me think, like, did I move to the wrong LA? Like, it's so cold, and I wasn't expecting it.
The northern part of LA?
It's like, it's not even, it is the northern part of LA, but like still, it's still so cold here. Not what you would expect. And apparently there's been a big shift in like how cold it gets here and over the past like year or two. So it's usually not this cold, but it is now. So it is what it is. So I just gotta get used to it. But I'm not used to it, so trying to get used to it. But that's pretty much it. Okay, so let's dive into today's topics. This is a quiz episode, so we're going to talk about my week in Genshin. We're going to talk about Genshin news, lore quiz, whose voice line, Kahi's riddles, and we're going to do a new segment that I came up with that I didn't tell Kahi about, which is music mix-up. And so I talked about this before.
Nice.
But it's going to be essentially the same kind of game we play, which is like a guessing game, but it's from the official soundtracks. So I'm trying to make it as, there's a lot of songs, there's a lot of different moments where sounds are played. So I'm going to try to make it as, reasonable to get a point as possible. So I will explain that a little bit more later as we come to that. But I wanted to start highlighting the official music in our quiz episodes, and maybe even sometimes in our podcast, because after talking recently about the Genshin concert, and I know some of you are going to go to the Genshin concert soon. I know in Europe they're going to do their tour later this year too. The music is really, really important in video games, and especially in games like Genshin, and especially in Genshin itself. So I think it's definitely something we should keep at the forefront of our minds. I know Hoyoverse does a lot. They put a lot of effort into getting people to listen to the soundtrack. Like, they have these like album releases and things, and a lot of people listen to them. And they're not only are they just brilliant musically, but there are memories and emotions tied to them. The songs themselves have emotions and memories tied to them. They have motions as well, but it's just from a musical standpoint, they're fantastic, and why not share that more? I think it needs more appreciation. So that's our music mix-up section, and then we're going to have our community discussion question, of course, and then followed by one last wish. Okay, so before we dive into our first topic, I just want to give another shout out for the Discord. We do have a Discord, for those of you that don't know that yet. The link is in the description. We hang out there a lot. We just hang out, we talk, we play games together, co-op, we do other stuff. We do a lot of stuff in the Discord. If you are looking for a really welcoming community, feel free to join us. There's a lot of fun to be had. And word on the street is somebody has a few extra Genshin concert packages, like the codes from going to the Genshin concert, and we may or may not have a couple of them to give away this month. So if you're not part of the Discord, I would join the Discord as soon as possible so that you have a chance at getting one of those codes. That's the code that includes Prima Gems. I believe it includes Prima Gems, but it also includes the wings, and I believe it also includes the banner card. So don't miss out on that opportunity. Join the Discord and wait for more information. It will be very soon for sure. Okay, the other shout out, of course, is the meetup group. So I am doing a Genshin meetup group. The next time we meet will be next weekend. So if you haven't already checked it out, if you live in the Los Angeles area, feel free to check out the meetup link in the description. Come hang out. We're gonna do quiz games like today, but in person, and we're gonna have some fun discussions and things live for just fans of Genshin. So come check it out. If you know anyone that lives around here, ask them to check it out. It's gonna be really fun. The other thing is supporting the podcast, guys. It does take time and effort to make this podcast. So if you have the means to, I would really appreciate it. We would really appreciate it if you were able to support us through Ko-Fi. We have the link in the description. And it's just one of the things that really helps us to keep bringing you guys content. And from now on, from this year, we're going to have a ton more things. I have a lot of things planned for the podcast. So sit tight, and any support you give is very, very appreciated. So thank you so much. For those of you that have supported so far, there are tiers. There are things that you can also get from supporting, and we're going to be working on that as well. So thank you. Now let's move on to our first topic, our weeks in Genshin. All right, Kahi, how has your week in Genshin Impact been?
It's been very cold. Mainly because I've been going back to an old domain so I can level up some, or max out and triple crown some old characters. I've been going back to probably the most hated domain in the entire game. It's the one where you keep, it's the one with all the frost icicles falling from the ceiling, and you get like all your stamina drained just by standing in it, and everything freezes you, and there's like those cryo abyss mages that have shields that you can't break after a long time. You know the one I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I really hate that domain, but it's because I'm trying to level up my Eula again, because I realized I only had her at like talent level 888 for all of her abilities. I finally crowned her basic attacks, which is great. That's like where all her damage comes from, other than her burst. But I've been leveling her, maxed out her, and I'm trying to then level up my Yao, because I realize I have the Staff of Scarlet Sands, and there's not many polearm users where their skill like continuously attacks and applies like hits characters or enemies. So I realized Yao's skill and her burst just like shoots out like all these radishes like at a consistent basis, and it's Dendro. And so I gave that to her, gave her some mastery, because I really want my little Pokemon team to do a lot more damage than it is. Because I took this team into the Spiral Abyss. It actually did pretty well, but I realized like even like I have my Kokumi and Yao, they're like the lowest level of the two, because Yaimiko and Furina, they're actually like maxed out already. But the other two are like completely like not maxed out. So I'm trying to bring those two back up as well. You mean like
talents or what?
If this team, mainly talent level, but Kokumi's at like level 70 and Yaoya's level 70. Dude. So, I mean, they're meant to be healers, and they're fine on their own. But in this team composition, that's where all their damage is from their skills. So just to throw it all out there.
It's also like any elemental reactions and stuff that they do, like they're gonna need to be leveled to 90, like because the elemental damage
to get extra mastery.
The like what's it called? The reaction damage scales with your level. So yeah.
Right, but because they were older characters, they were originally intended for healing. so I didn't really build them up as damage dealers. But now in this current,
now you are. That's why you're working on it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to make sure I get the useful older characters to the forefront, because anytime we have new characters coming out later on, suddenly, hey, what do you know? Lisa's good. Oh, hey, what do you know? Dea's good again. Dea's a meta character because of Fiorina. So yeah, just bringing the characters that I actually like to use, and they've been doing really well. So just keep leveling them up. That's pretty much been my focus for this week. I still gotta finish up. Did all the events right now, but what have you been up to? Anything that you've been like focusing on or leveling?
Oh well, I got Navia and her weapon, so I was focusing on that.
And
yeah, so
nice.
I was able to win the 50-50 or whatever it is on that weapon as well. And like I got Navia, won the 50-50, and then I got the weapon. It took basically max pity, unfortunately, but I mean I won the 50-50, so it was worth it. And yeah, I just love using Navia, super great. The other one I'm trying to level up is Charlotte, because I really like Charlotte. I'm trying to level her on both of my accounts, and I want to like level up as like a sub DPS / healer, because she can do those things. So not pure healing, not pure damage, but like really like an in between, because I want her to be a little more flexible. And yeah, leveling up Farina, just making sure I have Farina at max as much as possible, since she's super good. So yeah, we'll see. That's what I've been working on, exploring a little bit. I did the events, and yeah, just been hanging around like in the Discord. Sometimes I go in there, do dailies, and sometimes we just run domains together. So it's really fun. Now let's move on to Genshin news. Okay, in Genshin news, we had Toma's birthday on January 9th, and then we have Chevrusa's birthday, which is on January 10th. So, and she's new, so pretty fun that she's available like right on or before her birthday, and really excited to test her out in different team comps and stuff. Now, they also announced the Genshin Invocation TCG Asia Invitational. They have a promotional video on it, and I think it starts on the 11th. But yeah, it's, you know, TCG is always fun to like see people playing. I know it's like it kind of comes and goes in waves with the community, but you know, the fact that it's there, that is something you can do in Genshin that has to do with Genshin, that's like a very different vibe, is really nice. And you know, I'm hoping for more permanent content in Genshin that involves like the actual characters, but at the same time, I'm not gonna complain if they add new stuff. I mean, geez, if they added Divine Ingenuity, when is it coming back? Oh my god, when that comes back, I'm gonna go so hard on that. It's gonna be super fun.
I wonder what they'll add. Maybe
dude, please just add more. I just want more. Like whatever they have, more. You know what I mean? The other thing. Oh my god, wait a second. I just had a weird realization. Like now that we have characters like Farina and New Valette and stuff, we're gonna be able to make totally different kinds of puzzles. Because like those jellyfish those like water creatures go everywhere. The New Valette has its cannon. Like, I mean, we had Kirara, who like came out just after the last Divine Ingenuity event, where like I was thinking, oh man, it'd be so cool to have Kirara, like her wall climbing specifically allows you to like have just enough stamina to do certain things. So yeah, we'll see. I'm excited. Oh my god, I really hope it comes back as a permanent mode and not as another temporary mode. I'll be there all day. But yeah, so they also switched the banners. So when Navia's banner is gone for now, and then we have Raiden and Yoimiya, of course, and then we have Chevreuse coming out on this banner as well. So if you know, hopefully one of us gets her in the last wish today. But yeah, Chevreuse, really hoping to get as many of her as possible, because she's very strong and very interesting to be able to like utilize having just Pyro and Electro characters to take advantage of her buffs. So I'm excited for that. And that's pretty much it for news. I mean, there wasn't that much going on this week. It is switching over to the new banners. So yeah, well, let's see. Good luck to everyone wishing on Raiden, Yoimiya, and people who want whatever the 4 stars are, including Chevreuse. Okay, let's move on to the main part of our episode today, which is the quiz episode. So, for those of you that are new, this quiz episode has a point system where you keep track of your points as you listen to the podcast, as you get things correct. Try to be as honest as possible. And we're going to have a couple different sections I mentioned earlier. We're going to have the lore quizzes, which Kahi and I are both going to do. They're 1 point each, so that'll be 8 points total, because we're each doing 4. We're going to do Whose Voice Line, where I play voice lines, and Kahi's going to guess the answer, and that's going to be 4 points, 1 for each. Kahi's going to do Riddles, which is going to be 4 points. I guess Kahi's Riddles, and if you guess them right, you get 1 point. And the new music mix-up, where I'm going to play part of the official soundtrack, and I'm going to explain more about that later. But you get 1 point for each one you get correct. Okay, and that means there's a total of 20 points. And at the end, when you add up all your points, depending on how many you have, determines on which title you get. So there are different titles that are just, representative of this episode and how many points you get in this episode. So, it's just do it for fun, and after you're done, send it to your friends and see what they get. Okay, so let's get started first with our lore quiz, okay? So in this lore quiz, all these questions will have to do with the lore of Genshin. All the lore will be officially confirmed somewhere in the game. No speculation or forbidden knowledge. Make sure you play along, track how many points you get. Okay. So, I will go first. Kahi, are you ready?
Bring it on.
Bring it on, he said. Oh, I'm gonna bring it on. All right. Question number 1.
A.
How did you know? Just kidding. Okay, question number 1. We are starting the new Ito Beetle event. What was the name of last year's Ito Beetle event? Are you ready?
Multiple choice, please. Thank you.
No, they're all multiple choice. They're all multiple choice.
Okay.
A. Almighty Arataki Explosive and Exemplary Expert Beetle Brawl. B. Awesome Arataki Ito Extraordinary and Amazing Beetle Battle Brawl. C. Almighty Arataki Extraordinary and Exhilarating Extreme Beetle Brawl. D. Amazing Arataki Indecisive and Inexperienced Extra Beetle Battle Brawl. Okay, I'll read them one more time.
Yeah, one more time.
Almighty Arataki Explosive and Exemplary Expert Beetle Brawl. Awesome Arataki Ito Extraordinary and Amazing Beetle Battle Brawl. Almighty Arataki Extraordinary and Exhilarating Extreme Beetle Brawl. Amazing Arataki Indecisive and Inexperienced Extra Beetle Battle Brawl. Okay, give you a second to think about it. Alright, what's your answer, Kahi?
Between B and C, I think it's leaning more towards B, so I'm going to say just B.
B, Awesome Arataki Ito Extraordinary and Amazing Beetle Battle Brawl?
Yes.
That is incorrect.
No, it was C.
It was C.
Yeah, it was.
The
It was
Almighty
one of those.
Arataki Extraordinary and Exhilarating Extreme Beetle Brawl.
The reason why I didn't pick C is because I didn't think it would have like a more intricate word like exhilarating. Just because it's Arataki.
I know, right?
It'd be
When
more
I
simple
when I
words.
looked it up, I was like, "Wait, this was the name?" I was like, "This was the name?" I totally
I mean, it
forgot.
makes sense, yeah.
Okay, so that's one. Remember, if you need a little bit of time to think about the question for yourself, remember to pause the podcast when I ask you for if you need more time, and then go ahead and keep listening, right? Just in case you need some more time to think. All right, let's go. Heizo is a genius detective well known in Inazuma. What is another name that Heizo goes by? A. Heizo. B. Doshin Shikanoin. C. Shikanoin Tengu. D. Neko Noin. Alright, I'll read them again. A. Heizo. B. Doshin Shikanoin. C. Shikanoin Tengu. D. Neko Noin. Give you a second to think about it. Alright, what do you think, Kahi?
You know, for some reason, I think it's Neko Knowing because we may have interacted with that cat. But I could be wrong. Someone else could have called him that. The other one, like Shiga Knowing Tengu, could also be realistic because, you know, of his abilities with the wind. Oh, man. Hazo Hazo might be something Paimon would call him.
Yes, dude, I got you.
Say... I think the Tengu one. No, wait, no. It can't be Tengu because someone else already has like the nickname of that. I'll go Neko Knowing.
Final
I'll
answer?
go D, final answer.
That is incorrect.
Oh, man.
Tengu is Sarah, right? Sarah has the Tengu
Yeah, that's the one.
thing. The correct answer is B, Doshin Shikanoi.
Who gave him that?
So
you know?
Doshin is the name of like just like police officers and investigators in Inazuma.
Oh,
like
officer,
just
right,
the base
yeah.
level. Yeah. And so actually a lot of characters like Ayato calls him Doshin Shikanoi. Like he doesn't call him Shikanoin Heizo.
Officer Hazel.
Yeah. Well, remember his name is Shikanoin Heizo, right?
Right.
So they just call him Doshin Shikanoin. So, but yeah, nice try, but interesting logic. But yeah, I tried to make it sound like names that it might have, and it's so funny because Heizo Heizo was
Yeah.
supposed to be like the obviously not the answer one, but like you're right. I guess I could see Paimon calling him Heizo Heizo.
Yeah, because Paimon's always coming up with like nicknames,
True.
and Japan was the first time where they had last names in front of the first names when they were
Right.
addressing them. So it's a new type of naming system that she's not familiar with.
Well, unfortunately, it was incorrect, but it was definitely always interesting hearing your
it made
logic.
sense.
So, okay, let's go for the third question. So, Razor grew up among the wolves, but who taught Razor how to use claymores? Was it A, Kaya, B, Varka, C, Andreas, or D, his father? Okay, I'll read one more time. Who taught Razor how to use claymores? Was it A, Kaya, B, Varka, C, Andreas, or D, Razor's father? I'll give you a second to think about it. Alright, Kahi, who do you think it is?
Okay, it's either Andreas or Varka. Andreas doesn't have a claymore, but is like the only one that would have been some kind of a mentor. But Varka did have some kind of connection to Razor in the past. So I want to say Varka? Varka, final answer.
That is correct. It is
Okay,
Varka.
yeah, it is.
Yes. So, he was raised by the wolves and Andreas, but Varka did teach him how to use claymores, and I believe Varkas... I read that, like, Varkas named him, but I also read that his, like, Razor's father had something to do with coming up with the name, like his name. Like, what, just reading
Was
from
it?
the trivia and, like,
Okay.
yeah, that's what it said. So, because I guess Andreas wouldn't give him a name. Like, he would just be a wolf.
Well, not Andreas, but like his wolf spirit.
Yeah, well, Andreas is the wolf spirit. So, oh, yeah, his wolf spirit, I don't know. I don't even remember his name, but Andreas is the wolf of the north, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
All right.
okay, well, nice one. So, last one. During one of Al Haytham's idol animations, he pulls out Kave's keys from his pocket. What animal keychain is on Kave's keys? A, elephant. B, puma bird. C, bull. Or D, lion. Okay, one more time. What animal keychain is on Kave's keys? Is it A, elephant. B, puma bird. C, bull. Or D, lion? I'll give you a second to think about it. Alright, what do you think, Kai?
Okay, it's either the elephant or the bird. Just because I'm thinking about, I guess, because the theme of Sumeru was around, like, I want to say like Southeast Asia or like Middle I guess in the middle, like by India and Thailand. But the bird makes sense because of how Kaveh dresses. But the elephant, there's something about the elephant that makes more sense. I'm not too sure why. But you know what? I'm probably gonna say the bird.
The bird, final answer?
Yeah, bird, final answer.
That is incorrect. So it is the lion. And the
lion,
reason I
okay.
picked these four is because these are four of the 6 Darshan's mascots. So the lion is
that makes
Kshahrewar,
sense.
Kaveh's mascot. So
Right.
that's why he's the lion.
That's right. The Kshahrewar.
Yeah. But yes, like it does. Like the bird thing it does fit with Kaveh, you know, because of his outfit. But and I think he has like a little bow or something, like on the keychain as well. It's like I think it's green. I don't remember. But yeah, it is lion. So nice try.
I don't
So
have
you got.
them, so I wouldn't have any time to practice this.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh yeah, I forgot you don't have a item. So yeah, so you got one right. Nice. But it was like, you know, it was kind of hard, this one. I just tried to come up with answers that seemed reasonable, but like were definitely not the answer. And some of them are just like knowledge checking, like you got to know the Arataki Ito event name, which I didn't even know until I looked it up. So I was like, I probably wouldn't get this right. But you know, that's the whole point. So we can all learn together. So remember, if you got points, if you got all of them right so far, and you're listening, you got 4 points. All right, Kahi, you're up.
All right. So my questions are in no specific order of difficulty. I tried to look for some lore bits that are either relevant or something that is something to keep in mind for the future. Not so much all over the place, but I try to keep it more narrow. But the question number 1, are you ready?
Yep.
Question number 1. This whole world runs in a loop. This cycle is called A. Purana, B. Samsara, C. Marana, or D. Karma. So one more time. This whole world runs in a loop. This cycle is called A. Purana, B. Samsara, C. Marana, or D. Karma.
Can I say my answer?
Yeah.
It is Samsara, which I think is B.
That is correct. The cycle is called the Samsara.
Yay.
That one, the cycle is interesting because the whole world at that time either was referring to that whole dream cycle or potentially the actual world of Teyvat. So keep in mind that cycles are something to keep in mind for the events in a lot of other regions because, you know, history repeats itself, as the famous phrase goes. All right, now question number 2. This ballista was once a product of an old adepti in Liyue. What was it called? No multiple choice. It is open answer.
Oh, what the heck? I'm pretty sure it's the Guizhong Ballista.
Is that your final answer?
I think so.
That is correct. It is the Guizhong Ballista.
Woo!
Named after Guizhong the inventor. And I believe Cloud Retainer helped refine it or like help build it again, but it was something that was invented then refined, but it was originally invented by Guizhong. I think she also made a bell.
Yep.
Alright, question number 3. This character is the last of his kind, the only survivor of his group, legendary powerful fighters of his era. What was the name of his group? Open answer.
One more time?
This character is the last of his kind, the only survivor of his group, legendary powerful fighters of his era, what was the name of his group?
I believe the character is Ito, and his group is the Red Oni.
Is that your final answer?
Yep.
Incorrect. It is the Yaksha, which is Zhao.
Right.
Yeah,
That
Zhao
makes
is the last surviving Yaksha. Last of his kind, meaning specifically like the Yakshas are like a special type of humanoid.
Yeah, when you said fighters, that's what actually made me think it maybe wasn't the Oni.
Well, Oni are definitely known for fighting, but yeah,
Right.
the Yaksha and Zhao is the last known. I'm pretty sure he is the actual last one, because all the other ones did perish.
Right.
All right, now this last one is multiple choice. Are you ready for the final question?
All right, let's go.
In Liyue, you helped Cloud Retainer and Mountain Shaper build a machine to do what? Is it A, cook, B, clean, C, defend, or D, find treasure? So in Liyue, you helped Cloud Retainer and Mountain Shaper build a machine to do what? A, cook, B, clean, C, defend, or D, find treasure?
A, cook.
Are you sure?
Nope, but I'll go with that one.
That is actually correct. you helped them
Yay.
they made like a special pot that could cook pretty much anything to perfection. I think Cloud
Oh,
Retainer
yes.
is like the main cook.
Right, right. I just remember that being a thing for some reason, but I didn't remember the specifics.
I think it was a long time ago, but I remember the pots you had to like regulate temperature of like each and every one of them. There's like 3, I think. It's kind of like a mini
was that
game.
that mini game?
Yeah,
Oh, I remember that.
like an open world mini game.
Right.
I don't think it was tied to an event. It was part of the story.
Oh, okay.
I could be wrong. It was like year 1, but yeah, I remember that. I'm trying to like bring up my Liyue like lore because Cloud Retainer is finally arriving.
I see. That's why. That's the relevancy here.
Alrighty, so that will be our quiz section.
Okay, so welcome to Whose Voice Line, a segment where I will be sharing some voice lines from the different official voiceover dubs found in the game. I like doing this segment because as a voice actor myself, I just love to give recognition to the work that the voice actors put into bringing our characters to life. So, the format is that I will share 3 voice lines from one playable character in each of the 4 languages in the game: English, Japanese, Korean, and Chinese in that order. Then I'll give you some time to think, and then Kahi will guess, and hopefully you got it right. Okay, so let's see who today's characters are. Alright, Kahi, are you ready?
Ready.
This is truly exceptional. I'll just have another bite. Did you make this? You're more than qualified to be a chef. Ugh. Honestly, did you use the wrong seasonings?
Okay, I'll give you a second to think about it. Alright, whose English voice is this?
Is this Chevreuse? I want to say it's Chevreuse. I know Chevreuse's character sounds a little older than what she looks, so it just reminded me of it. Because with the eating and because she has like an idle animation where she's eating. That's the first thing that came to mind.
Let me give you another voice line.
Back then, I wanted to avoid getting dragged back to the shrine at all costs. So I had to find a way to stand on my own 2 feet. So far, I think I'm doing all right.
Alright, who do you think it is?
This is Kuki Shinobu.
Why do you say that?
Well, for the spoken lines, but also because she sounds like hardened veteran, but like serious. But there's not that many characters that sounds like this without sounding like they're irritated. She just sounds like, I don't know, very not monotone, but characters that have like a serious vibe to them, because they always carry themselves with, you know, I want to say, I can't use any other word than serious right now, but yeah, it just it just sounds like a very serious character. So Kuki Shinobu.
Okay. Final answer?
Final answer.
Okay. That is correct. It was Kuki Shinobu, who is voiced by Kira Buckland. All right. So that was a good one. All right, you got the first one. And yeah, she sounds very similar to Chevreuse, who is by Erica Lindbeck.
Yeah, that's why I thought Chevreuse really
yeah,
like
they're
right
very
away.
similar in vibe. I would love to see an event with the two of them meeting each other.
That would be interesting because, hey, you know, Inazuma is going to have a lot more international relations with Fontaine.
Right? Okay, so let's do our next one, which is going to be Japanese. You ready, Kahi?
Hi.
はい。では始めましょう。
すっごい腕ね。あんたと一緒にお出かけするなら、食材とか調理器具を運ぶ係に徹するべきなのは私の方かも。なかなか美味しいじゃない。私の芸術的盛り付けセンスが加わったらもっと完璧になるはずよ。気を落とさないで。世界にはこういう大胆に想像する精神だって必要なんだから。
Give me a second to think about it. And who do you think it is?
Okay, cheerful, doesn't stutter, very clean. Not too high pitch. Sounds a little mature, but has a fun side, obviously. What the heck is this? It's not. I don't think it's Charlotte. Charlotte would be like more earnest, like she's trying to like dig for something. Could be Kokomi, but Kokomi sounds a little bit. She doesn't talk that fast, I think.
All right, I'll play one more. Ready?
Yeah, one more.
ブルーイロータスって色が綺麗だよね。しかもあの花が咲くのは長い雨季がやっと終わったってサインなの。
All right, who do you think it is?
I mean, of all the cheerful sounding ones with like positive tone, Yoimiya?
Final answer? Are you sure?
No, but of all the people that I can think of, I'm gonna say Yoimiya. It's most likely not, but that's the closest I got.
Well, it was a nice try, Kahi. That is unfortunately incorrect. The correct answer was Navia!
Oh, Navia. Okay, that makes sense.
Yes, Navia.
Yeah, she does sound younger.
Yes, she does.
I keep thinking Navia's gonna sound like an older lady, but she's not an old lady. She's like in her
she's an
early
Odoa-chan.
20s.
Yeah.
She's like early 20s at most.
Yeah, oh, for sure. She's pretty young. And she's voiced by Toyosaki Aki. Yay. All right, next is Korean. Are you ready, Kahi?
Ready.
음악, 건축, 조각, 그림. 이 모두 시간 들여 감상할 가치가 충분한 예술이지. 다 할 줄 아는 건 아니지만 흥미가 있으니 언젠가는 모두 통달할지도. 이거 봐. 벌써 연주도 할 줄 안다니까. 술과 따뜻한 수프, 그리고 치즈와 크림 요리라면 다 좋아. 신선한 과일도 나쁘지 않지. 고민이라. 가장 직관적인 고민은 돈 문제야. 돈을 못 버는 건 아니지만 남기질 못하겠어. 세상엔 돈 쓸 일이 너무 많다 보니까 나도 모르게 그만. 걱정 마. 전보단 많이 나아졌으니까 곤란에 빠지지 않게 더 조심할게.
All right, I'll give you a second to think about it. What do you think it is, Kahi?
Okay, very energetic, very boisterous, I guess. Knows, like the tone goes like sharp, like, and it goes high really quickly, and then goes right back to its normal tone. So it's like interesting peaks. I want to say Kave.
Final answer?
Yeah, Kave. Final
That
answer.
is correct. It is Kave. Nice.
Hey, there you go. Thought
Yes,
so.
it is Kave, voiced by Lee Jung-min. And yeah, his voice is like really distinct, huh? That's
Good
really
delivery,
good.
yeah.
the delivery
Mhm.
is insanely good.
I mean, manner of speech too. So I mean, they made that character very nice because he stands out a little bit among all the other tall
Mhm.
male characters. It's not as like outgoing as Ito, but yeah, he still stands
Yeah,
out.
no, Kave is great. Like, he is a fan favorite for sure. They definitely put a lot of work into him. All right, so let's move on to Chinese. Typically the hardest one, but we'll see what happens. Okay, are you ready?
Ready?
怎么买了这么多糖？你别一口气吃太多，糖吃多了容易蛀牙。我对甜味的摄入很有分寸，辛辣的食物也不常吃。你说的没错，我的确非常注意饮食管理。毕竟，如果我连自己的饮食都管不好，又怎么好意思给病人提饮食建议呢？挑食可不是好事，肉、蛋、奶、蔬菜、水果，凡是有营养的食物都要吃，但也不能吃得太多，暴饮暴食同样对身体有害。你别嫌我唠叨，正因我是大夫，才深刻地明白祸从口入的道理。你的厨艺有进步，恭喜。
All right, I'll give you a second to think about it. All right, who do you think it is?
Okay, it's a mix. Either I want to say either Al Haytham or Albedo, because I don't know if anyone else who sounds like not older male but younger male, maybe one of the tall ones, but has like a soft tone to it, not very inflexive. Okay, I want to say I'll say Al Haytham.
All right, I'll play you one more.
大概是最近体质有所变化的缘故，精神比从前好了许多。坐诊一天下来也不觉得疲惫，这都是你的功劳。
Same?
I mean, I want to lean towards Risley too, but Risley would have like an older voice. The only one that kind of fits is like, and it can't be. No, it's not Ayato. Ayato wouldn't. Man, who is this? Oh wait, it could be Delik too, but Delik doesn't like to talk a lot anyways. It's not Tartaglia. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with my gut. I'm gonna say Al Haytham.
Final answer?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna play you this, and then hopefully you'll know.
So it's not Al Haytham, okay.
这一路上的无限风光，得慢慢欣赏才有意趣。
你是不是跑不动了？
Okay, that was a little too obvious now. All right. Well, it's most likely Baiju.
It was Baiju!
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah,
I
you were
mean,
so close. You were going through all the tall guys,
Yeah.
and then you literally stopped at Baiju. I was like, huh?
I guess because I haven't heard Baiju's Chinese voice, but now that I think of it, yeah, the whole demeanor matches.
Yeah, because you said
Yeah,
like
Baiju.
soft-spoken, it could be taller, like guy, and then you started going through all the tall guys. I was like, I was waiting for you to be like, oh, I know who it is. Like if you just.
I'll be honest, I kind of forgot about Baiju. I haven't
Yeah,
used him
but
in a
I thought
little
you were
bit,
brushing
but-
up on your Liyue lore. Come on.
I know, but I was focusing on all the other people.
Uh-huh. All right. Well, Baiju is really important and still has one of the best story missions in my opinion. So don't forget about Baiju. So wait, don't you have Baiju? You have him.
Yeah, I do. I gotta bring him back onto my other team.
Yeah.
Oh no, I still have him on the team right now. So yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
I
use
remember
him
you were
more
trying to
often.
build him. You were trying to build him like damage. It didn't really make sense. So
It didn't really work out, but it was
Yeah.
it was working for a little bit. But I
Yeah,
have to
it's fun.
overinvest.
yeah. But yeah, so Baiju in Chinese is voiced by, I'm not sure how to say this name, so forgive me if I butcher it. Qin Chiega? I don't know how to pronounce it. But yeah, anyway, brilliant. Like I think it does fit his performance. Fits the character well. Just from what little I can understand about Chinese, I did feel like it was very Baiju-esque. I mean, obviously it's hard if you don't know what character it is, but now that you know, right? Like you too, Kahi, you're like, oh yeah, I can see it, right?
It makes sense in hindsight, but keep in mind, like at this point, 3 years into the game, we have like over 60 characters. There's a lot of people that's gonna have some overlap. Some voices are gonna sound similar. So it makes sense why one would mistake someone for the other. But
yeah, exactly.
it's really a testament to showing how good they are at designing, because they can still make a lot of characters like stand out and unique amidst
Yeah.
all the other ones that are available. So they still can craft a nice personality based on all kinds of features.
Yep. All right, that's it for Who's Voice Line. So if you got all 4 right, that's another 4 points. And we'll move over to Kahi's Riddles.
風のむた雲の行くごと
All right. So these riddles are mixed. They're not all poems. Sometimes they're voice lines. Sometimes they are rhymes. But in no particular order, let's begin with the first one. Are you ready?
Yep.
Riddle number 1. I need only time to think in battle and complete calculations. I sought not my current position despite the abundance of nominations. Who am I?
One more time.
One more time. I need only time to think in battle and complete calculations. I sought not my current position despite the abundance of nominations. Who am I?
I believe this is I'll hate them.
Are you sure?
Final answer.
And that is correct. That is Al-Haytham.
Woo!
Yeah, he says, I don't need time. I just need time to think. That's what his whole thing is. And he was nominated to become the, what was the name? The Grand Sage, even though he didn't want to be.
Yep.
All right, riddle number 2. It's a single line in the form of a question. I thought Adepti were everywhere. Who am I?
Ah. I thought Adepti were everywhere. It's someone from Liyue. And they thought Adepti were everywhere, which means they're not an Adepti. I guess. I thought Adepti were everywhere. Is it... Xiangling?
Are you sure?
No. That's why I said with a question mark.
Okay, is that your final answer?
Yeah, let's just do it.
No, you were close. It is Yao Yao.
Oh my
Yao,
god,
I
no,
think
I
grew
almost
up-
said Yao Yao.
Yep, she grew up around, what she call it? Anti-cloud shape,
Yep.
cloud retainer, Uncle Mountain shaper. See, referring to them like family members, because she did grow up around them. Yeah, and she was an indicator that maybe there are some adepti we have not met yet, or maybe there are some lower adepti that aren't as strong and powerful, but yes, they are still around. Even though they're kind of like moving themselves away from humanity just a bit, they are kind of making their return in some form. You have Cloud Retainers choosing to go into her humanoid form, just like how Zhongli is choosing his mortal form now. So, yeah. They are kind of making a comeback of sorts. Alright. Riddle number 3. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
For Yunjin, a staff. For Yaimiko, a bell. For me, a teacup. Who am I?
One more time.
For Yunjin, a staff. For Yaimiko, a bell. For me, a teacup. Who am I?
For Yunjin, a staff. For Yaimiko, a bell. For me, a teacup? A teacup? Zhongli? I don't know.
You gonna try again?
Yunjin is from Liyue. Yaimiko is from Inazuma. Teacup. Teacup. For Yunjin, a staff. Yaimiko, a bell? Teacup? Is it somebody?
It is definitely somebody. You're close.
Is it... Oh man. Is it Risley?
Final answer?
Yeah.
Close, but not for the reasons that you think. It was Lynette.
Oh.
Why do you think it's Lynette?
I don't know. Hold on, wait.
Okay.
If it's Lynette... Dude, I don't know. Why?
So the reason is Yunjin, in her idol animation, she twirls a staff. For Yaimiko, she twirls a bell. And for Lynette, she has a teacup.
Oh. Yeah, she like spins it around, right? Is that what she does? Oh, you're just
They're all
just
kind of
referring to the fact
performances.
that they use it in their idol animation. I see.
Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty simple.
Dang,
like
that
so
is
Yunjin
some,
does
that is some
a trick and
specific
performance
trivia.
with her staff. Yep.
I was thinking, cause I was thinking, okay, Yunjin uses a spear, and then like Yaimiko doesn't use a bell, like not really. And then I was like, teacup, Risley, but I guess Lynette.
Risley
yeah.
likes the tea. Yeah.
Yeah, but Lynette, he doesn't have a teacup idol animation. You're right. Cool, that was a good one.
All right. And final riddle. Are you ready?
All right, let's go.
Okay, this one's easy. My power ended Haishan. Who am I?
Beidou?
Are you sure?
No. Yes.
Correct. It's Beidou. The power that ended Haishan was what she used to end the big sea beast.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's how she got her
Beidou.
name. Cool.
See, easy. Told you.
I was like, oh no, this is too easy. I'm gonna get this wrong. All right. So that's all of the riddles, right?
That would be all 4. Yes.
All right. So if you got all 4 right, that's another 4 points. If you didn't, just keep counting because there's still more to come. And if you've gotten them all right so far, you should have 16 points, which is the highest we usually have. But this time, we have a new segment dealing with music. that we're about to start right now called Music Mix Up. And in this music mix up, I'm going to play a 10-second clip from a Hoyoverse song from Genshin. And now you have to guess. All right, Kahi, are you listening? And everybody else listening? You have to guess what the name of the song is or where the song plays. So because some people just listen to the soundtracks and they know the music really well, including the names, but not everybody does that. You have to answer. I'm going to play this 10-second clip, and you have to answer where it's from in the game or what the name of it is. If you get either one right, that's 1 point. Sounds good?
Sure.
Some of these songs play in multiple places, so you have multiple chances to get it right. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's do our first song. Give me a second to think about it. And what do you think?
Okay, I know it's from Mondstadt Open World. At night, maybe?
Okay, be more specific.
Okay,
And I'm not confirming or denying whether you just said was correct.
wait. It's not in a domain, because it's not fast-paced. Usually this kind of music would be like slower, like moody, more tied to like a time of day or like like a weather event. That specific flute, I don't think is a Liyue flute. It's not a Chinese flute, so it's definitely around Mondstadt, but it plays. Oh man. Is this like when you're inside a house? When you're inside like a mansion?
It could be.
Indoors, because you said it could be used multiple places.
It can. I'll give you a hint for this one.
Okay.
It's only used in one place.
Oh, one specific place. Oh.
Yes.
Man, it's like
All right.
place.
I'm gonna play it again,
Mm-hmm.
and you can hear it. Any guesses?
I can't name the specific place, but you said it's only one place, so
Yes, and it's
in Mondstadt. I know for a fact it's Mondstadt, but
Okay.
where? Damn. Dawn Winery?
final answer.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Okay, yeah.
So
it was
it's
around
called Dawn Winery Theme by
Oh, it
Yu
is the
Peng
theme.
Chun
Okay.
and Hoyomix, and it's
Okay,
it plays
gotcha.
in Dawn Winery during the day.
there. Oh, it's a daytime. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, like in the
Yeah, I do
morning.
remember going inside of a spot, inside of a space, and hearing that music. So, yeah.
Mm,
Okay. All right.
nice. Okay, you got it. Yeah. So there you go. And try not to make this too hard. You know, what I mean, there's many obscure
Gotcha.
songs, but this is a pretty like you go to this area pretty often in the beginning of the game. So,
Mhm.
all right. So let's do the next one. So I have 4 of them. So let's do the next one.
Every time I hear that, I keep hearing "I pull the chi chi," and it just makes me laugh.
I pull the chi chi.
So it's definitely from Liyue. Okay, piano. Would this be open world? No. I think this is pretty. It doesn't sound like it's in a city. It sounds too melodic and too like soft, maybe empty. City songs usually are a little bit more like hustle and bustle, so they have like a higher tempo. Is it in a space? It sounds like there's a lot of reverb. Is it inside or outside? I don't know. Where did I first hear this? I want to say it's just open world by.
All right, narrow it down. What region do you think it is?
Okay, definitely DOA. It's not in the mountain regions. What's the place called? Chingsa Village? I spent a lot of time there, so it could be that. Marshland. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Chingsa Village.
Final answer?
Yeah, it's most likely not, but yeah, that's the only one that I remember a lot.
All right, well, nice try. It is unfortunately not Chingsa Village. It is called Above the Sea Clouds. Oh, wait, it's called Above the Sea of Clouds by Yupeng Chen and Hoyomix. And it plays in the mountain areas. So
oh, it is the mountain.
It's Mount Aosang, Mount Hulao, Nantianmen, and Qingyun Peak at night or when it's raining. So.
Oh, Mount Hulao. Yeah. Oh, that's where the Adepti live.
Yep.
Oh, that makes sense. That's why. Oh, yeah, that's why it's a really popular song because everyone loves that area.
Nice
yeah,
try.
That's a great mountain area.
Yeah, it's great.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's move on to the next one. Give you a second to think about it. All right, where do you think it is?
Okay, this definitely is Sumeru. Now it's either the forest or the desert. I want to say more. I'm leaning more towards desert. Early on.
This one plays in two places.
Two places. Oh,
Two specific places.
Okay, so is one of them Aru Village?
Yeah, I'll let you know when you decide on your final answer.
Okay, I am just gonna say Aru Village or. Well, yeah, it's okay. It's definitely Sumerian. Oh, Sumeru. And
Sumerian. I like that.
Sumerian. Or the Caravan Ribat. That's a place that you first go to get into the village, to get into the desert. Or it could be. Wait, it could be a village in the forest area. Dang it. I mean, the instruments kind of give it away already, but I'm just gonna say definitely Sumeru in the early desert regions. The only one I know is Aru Village. Okay, final answer.
Unfortunately, that is incorrect, Kahi.
No.
The answer is, the song is called Halcyon Times. It's by Hoyomix, and it plays only in Lambad's Tavern and Puspa Cafe.
Oh, it's an indoor one. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's actually the same song that's at the beginning of the little musical Kave number from the last Hoyo Fair. Like where they're inside the cavern. I mean, they're inside the last Hoyo Fair.
Yeah, I
inside
can hear it now.
the tavern.
Uh-huh.
It's like dun, 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 dun. But yeah, nice try. I mean, Sumeru is gigantic, so
I think I was confusing this one because the notes are the same one as another song that's in the desert.
yeah, I mean, like each nation has its like overarching theme melody that like plays in different ways throughout the different songs in the nation. But yeah, this one is the indoor hustle bustle sort of tavern. It only plays in the tavern and the cafe, so it's meant for that environment. But yeah, nice try. All right, let's do the last one. Give you a second to think about it.
Very recent.
All right, where does this play? What is the name?
Well, this does play during a cutscene. Very memorable cutscene. This is definitely Fontaine.
Okay.
What is this? What is it called? The Sinner's Dance? Dance of the Guilty? Something about dang it. Wow, okay. I definitely know this is in that cutscene, that one cutscene at the end. So,
Okay, but it does play
but
in
it's
Fontaine.
in Fontaine. Is this in the Opera Epiclese? Where else would it play? Okay, I'm just gonna say Opera Epiclese.
Final answer.
Yeah.
Nice try, Kahi, but unfortunately that is incorrect. It is the Court of Fontaine, so the city. And this specific version does play at dusk, but it is.
I'm always right. Okay.
It is Court of
I
Fontaine.
hang out there at night a lot, just because I like how the city looks at night.
Yeah, so you should recognize the music, which is titled Les Souvenirs avec la Crépuscule by Hoyoverse, which translates to Remembrance with Dusk or Remembrance with Twilight. I don't know. I did a translator.
Oh, I was thinking of the name of the cutscene, like the Dance of the Sinner or the Sinner's
Right.
something. Okay.
But yeah, and that is it. So that's it. Those four. You got one of them right, Kahi, which is great. Now the rest are just, it depends on if you played in those areas a lot. Maybe you remember, maybe you don't. Maybe you have a memory of something you did once and the music was playing. But anyway, the point is to appreciate the music. Go out there and listen to the soundtracks if you haven't already. They are beautiful, beautiful music to listen to. And yeah, that's what we're here to do. We're here to celebrate. So great job. If you got them all right, you have 4 more points. That means that you would have 20 points and that you would have a lot of really cool things like titles, which we came up with. So thank you for playing, right? If you've tracked your points and you have 0 to 3 points, right? Your title is Lore a Lie. And if you have 4 to 7 points, it is Lorrifying. If you have 8 to 11 points, you have Let Me Lore. If you have 12 to 15 points, you're a Lore Learn Alonger. If you have 16 to 19 points, you are your title is Lorification Process Complete. And if you have 20 points and you are perfect, then you must be Lord out of your mind. All right, how many did you get right? What is your title? Let us know by joining and sharing on the Discord. You can also let us know by tweeting at us on this episode tweet or typing in the comments for this episode. If you like this quiz episode, share it with your friends. See how they do. Okay, next we have our community question discussion.
手をつなぎましょう。
Okay, so last week's question was, has your perfect character appeared in the game yet? Who is it? Or what are you waiting for? All right, for me, I don't think my perfect character is in the game yet. Yoimiya, Dia, and Candace all come some semblance of closeness, whether it's through playstyle, through their aesthetic design, or their personality. I don't know what I'm waiting for quite yet, but I feel like I'll know when I see that character, right? I also have I don't know, perfect character. I kind of would have to divide it into like perfect guy character and perfect girl character. Yeah. So we'll see. I will definitely, you'll know, trust me. You guys will know when my perfect character shows up. What about you, Kahi?
So my favorite element is Electro, and it's not because of Beto. It's because Electro, just first of all, like the aesthetics of Electro is like my favorite. I like lightning, and a lot of other games I like lightning attacks. I like just the look, I like the style, I like the color scheme. Very flashy, obviously, and a lot of the characters that pair with Electro definitely have some pretty interesting personalities. But my of all the characters, I think my absolute favorite above all, like if I had to pick like perfect character from like personality, lore, story style, gameplay, it's definitely Raiden Shogun. It's very hard to find a character that tops Raiden Shogun in every aspect. Because, I mean, she has kind of like dual personalities, but she has like long history. She has internal conflict, external conflict. She is incredibly powerful. She has 2 types of weapons. She has a pole arm, which is already cool, which is like a naginata. And then you have an actual samurai sword, like an actual katana. And her burst is amazing. And she is useful in every single team. There's no team where she's bad. Yeah, she's just like overall, I would definitely call that like the perfect character. Because like you give any one account Raiden Shogun, it immediately becomes better for everything. So yeah, that's my favorite. That's my like perfect character. You'd have, if I had to like not get any other character for like, if I knew all the characters that are coming out from now until like the end of the game, it's hard for me to pick one of them over Raiden Shogun, because I'm gonna have to constantly compare it. That's like the pinnacle of best character with all the features that I would ever look for. If they had the Claymore, that'd be great, but Dia was kind of a close second. Beta was obviously great because of the counter attack. That's like I was so addicted to that attack for so long, just like running up into like a field of like grass that's on fire just so I could trigger the effect and then I can just use it during the attacks. But yeah, Beta was fun, but that was also because I like Electro. But then Raiden Shogun came out, I'm like, okay, that's the one. So that's mine. That's my perfect one.
Nice. Well, at least she's there already. That's cool. I mean, yeah, she's really cool and has my favorite Japanese voice actress and stuff. But yeah, I guess Raiden, I should add Raiden to the list of like come close to mine too, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm looking for something else. But yeah, so that is from us. Let's see what people in the Discord are saying. Okay. Oh god, they're very long answers. Hold on a second. Okay, let's have fun here. So we said, has your perfect character appeared in the game yet? Who is it, or what are you waiting for? And Xiao says, yes, he has. That's it. Of course. Xiao. So, and Pimzo says, yes, Kale, of course, our local resident Kale main. Solido says, when I started this game, I was told there is a mythical Hydro user whose Constellation 6 is incredible. So against some of the Discord, I went for it. I got it. It was amazing. 36 stars. Then Nuvolette appeared and was stronger in DPS, but didn't have the speed. And then Farina appeared. Farina is even greater than Yelan in utility, in water movement, in team desire. My next goal is to Constellation 6 her, as she is the true Hydro goddess. Sadly, I have already spent more wishes on her than Yelan and have not been successful. ... Yet. Okay, Solido. Yes, for those of you that don't know, Solido, one of the mods in the Discord, he got Yelan C6 in I think less than 300 pulls, one every 50-50. It was insane. And he's not having the same luck on Farina, so, you know, more power to you, Solido. Okay, Raccoon Warlock says, in terms of gameplay, I love Kuki's kit. It's my favorite kit. For story purposes, my favorite among faves is Sucrose. Oh, interesting. Monster Inferno says, I'm afraid it's Navia. Her gameplay fits my skill level of gaming. Brute force yourself through the content with a claymore, and when needed, you get a shotgun.
That's a great way to put it, yes.
June the Yai Hyperbloom Believer. His answer is just Yelan. And his profile picture is also Yelan, so more power to you as well. Rai606 says, I have a lot, and maybe this is not news, but when I got Xiao, the game got easier for me. His gameplay suits me. He was and still is my main DPS. I thought I wouldn't change, especially after he got an upgrade, quote-unquote, story-wise, with him slowly opening up to Traveler and, by extension, other mortals. That is, until Nuvolette. For someone like me, who doesn't dodge perfectly, he's just very easy to use, as I can DPS while dodging. Nuvolette's lore is also intriguing, and that it amazes me how they depict a stoic character outside, but soft and kind on the inside. Not in a mean and tsundere way, but the respectful gentleman way that is often misunderstood. Good point, good point.
Yes.
Cloudy says, yeah, Venti and Albedo. Venti and Albedo supremacy. I'm not going to say more. All right. Emmy says, yes, Risley and Xiao for life, for real. All right. Bookworm says, I have loved Xingqiu since day one. He's still my favorite, waiting for a nicer blue bookworm. Okay. Kemleon says, the first character I found perfect was Kazuha. Now I have Scaramouche. I need nothing more. Rex Lap Isn't says, Ito, Canvas, and Kave are the closest the game has released so far. I wish I had a use for the latter two's kits, though. The perfect character has not yet appeared, but depending on how the story rounds out her character, it might be Arlecchino? I really hope so. She checks a lot of boxes I've been looking out for. A black, white, red color scheme with a vaguely creepy impression, intense, intimidating, principled, a by any means necessary type with a worthy cause. She definitely delivers in a big way. I wasn't immediately enamored with her design, but as soon as I heard Linny tell the story of her killing Lynette's abductor, and imagined the image he described of her standing over his body in a pool of blood in his own garden in the moonlight, and learned that she actually treats the children at the House of Hearth well, she piqued my interest in a big way and hasn't lost it. I'm really looking forward to her story quest to learn more. Strong sense of justice, but scary is such a vibe. I'm hoping to have over 450 wishes saved by the time her banner drops. Come home, daddy/father. Wait, not daddy, but like crossed out and just father. Okay, anyway. Yes, Rex. Yes. Retro Sky says, I have to copy Kemleon. Sorry about that, but I feel the exact same way. Kazuha was amongst the first ever 5-star I got since I started Genshin around the time of his first banner. Then Wanderer came out. His playstyle fits me perfectly, and I absolutely love all his story. Also, you gotta love him quite a lot to deal with the constant growling and the Josh, please do a Wanderer impression, it says in parentheses. You want to use my hat? As an umbrella? The audacity to even make that request. I guess that's the best I got. Alright, well, there you go. Gilak55 says, Ayaka, she's just great, one of the best characters, and have not disappointed, and have style, especially Freeze being so fun to the character development. We have her very timid standard princess on Inazuma's story, and now more open and more confident throughout the story. I cannot be happier with the development she's gotten in events almost every year, it seems. I think he purposely put no punctuation. So, yeah, alright, Gilak/Ayaka, let's go. Alright, last one. This is the longest one. Fox with Wings. Well, everyone here knows my answer, but I'm going to post it anyway. If I tried to imagine a character that would be perfect for me, I would probably not have come close to I would probably not have come close to Tonari. He's so like me, it's uncanny/annoying. Every little personality trait, every quirk/personal taste, the fact that he's an archer, I've been on my state archery team in the past, the fact that he's a fox, the fact that he does research because he's super curious about the world but chose to focus more hands-on work, and the fact that he picked up researching from his parents, just like me. He likes to help out everyone but does not hesitate to speak his mind, while still being kind to people, of course. He rolls his eyes at Sina's jokes, but the two of them are still inseparable. He's good at what he does and he knows it, but at the same time he's always eager to learn more and improve himself. He's got that insufferable know-it-all attitude while still coming across as helpful instead of pedantic, because he has a passion for sharing knowledge, even if it meant civil disobedience in the past. Excellent grades in the academia, and still making time to assist anyone who comes to him looking for help. He's a December birthday. He loves to teach people, even though that's not his main occupation. He got his vision by standing up on an academia lecture and correcting the lecturer. Yes, I have certainly done that. He loves mushroom dishes, just dislikes noisy environments. He places great value on friendship and always makes time to get together with his friends, Crewmaru, best characters. He lives in a tropical area but doesn't do well with heat and gets heat stroke easily. He has the passive, encyclopedic knowledge and can find specialties on Sumeru. If anyone wants to challenge me to at RexLapVisant's game, I'm game. In short, for him to be essentially me, he just have to do some gender bending and pick up some artsy traits. Gameplay-wise, I also really like his kit and it's super fun for me to play. I would very much like slightly higher multipliers, of course. Those never hurt, especially for his passive, scholarly brave skill. But overall, I'm happy with his kit. I apologize again for the Tainari rambling, but I got permission from 2 mods this time. Including me. I gave Fox permission.
Yep.
But there is something there is something, Kahi, that Fox mentioned here called the GGGGRRRR race. And it is a game that our mod Rex Lapison is creating that is like a randomized co-op challenge. I'll show it to you next time, but it's gonna be really fun. It's gonna be something we're probably gonna end up streaming or making content around. It is super cool. It's like for example, like the program randomizes like a path that you have to do, like you have to fight the hypostasis, you have to collect this plant, you have to do this and do this, and then you have to do all of that, but you're not allowed to just teleport everywhere. You have to like physically walk up to a teleporter before you can teleport to something. And it's like a race. It's like a fun, like in-world race. Hard to explain in a short time, but it is Fox is saying if anyone wants to challenge her, then she's game. So anyway, all right, Kahi, what is Spotify saying?
All right, so for our Spotify listeners, we have a few, a handful of responses. First of all, we have from Scuba Gooba. Honestly surprised with Navia. I mentioned in last question I was excited but never expected her to be my perfect character, although I don't know how permanent it'll be with when the new characters come out. So, wow, Navia is the perfect one. Wow, you came in at the perfect time. Next up we have from Tiffy. My perfect character was Ganyu. She's my main for everything CC, I guess, for like freezing teams. Single target damage and challenges. Love her and love the podcast. Oh, thank you, Tiffy. Yeah, Ganyu was like everyone's main for a very long time because she hit like the hardest per single hit. She's basically like, imagine Navia's ability but in your charge attack. So next up we have Shalin, who says Xingqiu, a passionate reader-writer, or Furina, the character I didn't know I needed but I do. I know that feeling, Shalin. I was honestly about to skip Furina until I did the story. Next up we have Frosty, who says Wanderer. Yep, see, Wanderer is incredibly unique because of flying. But not just that, because like it's a ranged attack while you're flying, so you always have like the perfect distance, very fast, good for like open world and, you know, domain style gameplay. It's great. Sam says, my perfect character is Navia. She's had a hard life with the death of her parents and Silver and Malus. Oh, spoilers, by the way, sorry. But she's never let herself be a victim, which is a very important quality to have for a better life. Oh yeah, so Sam likes Navia for story reasons. That's good. And last up we have the Quiet Gem, who says Diluc. See, Diluc, I think, has not been surpassed for this entire time because he has a very good claymore. He has a very good skill that activates 3 times. You have a artifact set that activates exactly at 3 times, which is pyro related, so it's very easy to farm for that. Diluc is just strong. Claymores are great, attacks very fast, has pyro damage infusion, has like a huge AoE burst. Is great. It looks great, plays great, super powerful. Yep, I'm pretty sure Diluc was someone's, like a lot of people's perfect character. But yeah, that's all from Spotify. And so, for our next question, Josh, what is next week's community question?
So next week's question isn't specifically Genshin related per se, but it is related to the podcast. So this is an open call for podcast requests or wishes. What do you want to hear us do here on Genshin, guys? So is there like a specific person you want us to interview? Is there a specific challenge you want us to do? Is there a specific topic you want us to cover? Let us know, and we'll add it to the list of things. We'll figure it out for planning, but we want to hear what you guys have, what you would love to hear. Maybe that you don't hear in other podcasts, or that you just want to hear. You want to hear us do. So that's the question. Be sure to answer it on Spotify or join the Discord and let us know, or tweet at us, either way. So that's our question, our community discussion question. Let's move on to our one last wish.
ワクワクする事件が間もなく起きる。
All right, Kahi, one last wish time. Are you ready?
I am ready, and I am going to actually do something that I normally don't do. I'm going to roll for Yoimiya. Because every time she comes out, she's always on the same banner as an Archon. So just because I feel sorry for Yoimiya, I'm not really planning to use Yoimiya or level her up. I mean, if I get her, I'll probably have to anyways, because she's actually a really great character.
She
But
is.
yep, I'm gonna give Yoimiya at least one wish. Alright?
Alright.
Here it goes. It's blue. Sorry.
No.
Yoimiya, next time. Maybe next time.
Yeah, hopefully. Alright. So for me, I'm going to wish on Raiden's banner, because if I get a Raiden, I get C2. And I just want Chevreuse. So let's go. And it's also blue. No. I got the blood-tainted greatsword. Woo, woo, woo. All right, well, that's it for this episode. Thank you, as always, for listening. If you have time, please leave us a comment and a review. We'd really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you're listening. Follow us on Twitter, once again, at Genshin Guys Pod, or me at JSide Gaming, or on twitch.tv/JSide, and Kahi at Kahiao, Kahiyiao, on YouTube and Twitter or X. And as always,
Add Astra Abyssos.
星と支援を目指せ!
Enjoy.